Day finds you well. I really do. I want to talk a little bit about truth. Truth. And behind that, let me remind you of something. Truth has a tone that deception could never mimic. Truth has a tone that deception can never mimic. You may ask the question of, why do I say that? Because in today's society, many people don't like to hear the truth. People will run away from you quicker when you tell them the truth. And it doesn't matter who it is, because deception is everywhere. There's so much deception out here, and it can enter your life and my life. It's deception because people want you to believe the lies. And that's one thing that you and I cannot afford, to receive lies. And you know, when you hear them, you know it's something about someone trying to feed you words of deception versus the truth, because the truth has a different tone than deception. You may ask, what brings this conversation about? Well, yesterday, I was at the gas station, and I was speaking with a lady there. It was somebody I knew from class, along when I used to be in school as classmates. And we were just having this conversation, and she was saying about someone that she knew. She had moved away from here, and actually she met this person online. You know, that online dating stuff. A lot of people do it. I don't know if they still do it like they used to, but at one time it was the thing to do. But she was saying how she believed this person. She moved off and moved to a whole nother state. And anyway, she's back here trying to get herself together. She had sold her home, all kinds of things. And I said, that's what you call deception. When people are online, that's not the real person that you're talking to. That's just a fear image of someone who has something in their mind and his agenda, and it's not good for you and anybody else. So they target groups of people who they can deceive, because she was saying she had lost her husband about 2 or 3 years ago, and so that's that vulnerability. She was vulnerable because, she had been with her husband. She married him at 24, but anyway, illness took place and she lost her husband. And so she said, she just wanted somebody to talk to and all this kind of stuff. Not right away, but, a couple of months, she said. And I just wanted somebody to communicate with. And so she met this person online. Well, kind of took to this person and wanted to meet this person and all this kind of stuff she was saying. And I said, what many of us, and that's anybody, I don't know, when I lost my husband, I could tell you this, what I was told by the therapist that I went to is, don't purchase anything. Don't purchase it. every move you make, you have to be cautious because right now you're vulnerable. Right now, everything sounds like a fixer for you. And it's not. It's not, because you're at the point where you can be deceived easily. And you know who do this the most? She said, this is my therapist talking to me. She said, car salesmen. Whenever you lose a spouse, a child, or whatever the loss may be, a parent, it's always you want to go out and do something to fix it. You want to make the pain go away. So you attach yourself to things that you generally wouldn't, and you'll do things and make decisions that you generally wouldn't because you are vulnerable. But people who are always on get ready, get set, go, and they see your vulnerability, deception is what's on their agenda. And everything at that point, you want to feel like they telling you the truth, but they only deceiving you. Because there's a tone with the truth. And when you have a clear head, you know this. There's a tone with truth that deception cannot mimic. Smooth talking people are always trying to deceive someone, always trying to enter your life on an easy pathway. And remember what I said, and I'll continue to say this. Temporary is easy. When people come in your life and they know they don't plan to stay there long, oh, they do everything quick, everything fast, because they're deceiving you. They're making you see them one way when they are totally different from what they are showing you. But when you're vulnerable and you're coming out of situations of pain or hurt or distrust or betrayal or whatever it might be, deceivers are already always on ready, get set, go. But they can't mimic the truth because the truth is not in them. And the only way you and I will pick up on that is we've got to be in tune. We've got to have a clear mind. We must be observative to know that's not the truth. I can tell the way the person is saying that. I can tell the moves that they're making. I can tell the gestures in their body. I can tell their facial expressions. Because when you're no longer at that point of vulnerability, guess what? Guess what? You start watching more. You're more watchful. You're more observative. You're more in tune. And that deception cannot consume you. Because you're not going to always hurt forever. You're not going to be angry about something forever. You're not going to hold that distrust that someone did to you or betrayal that someone did to you in your heart forever, because that stuff makes you sick. Sooner or later, you're going to rise up and say, I can't do that no more. I don't want to think about that more. I want to forgive that person. I want to forgive that moment, because forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. And when you rise up out of that and you start moving forward and you put vulnerability to the side and make that a part of your past, you are going to start watching your surroundings and who you connect with closer. Listen for the truth. You have to have a clear mind to listen for the truth, because deception is real. Yes, it is. It's real. And there are tons of people out there that all they are opportunists. They're opportunists. Everybody's life that they enter into, people who deceive a lot, practice deception a lot, they are opportunists. They search out vulnerable people. They go on this social media websites. They everywhere. They get into family units. They it just becoming your friend. You think. But it's all about deception with them. So always listen for the truth. Ask questions. Deceivers don't like you to ask questions. They do not. And the more questions you ask, you won't have to remove them because they're going to remove themselves. And what I'm sharing with you this morning, I shared the same thing with her. I shared the same thing with her. And I said this. Deception is deep. Because I'm going to say this, because I said it to her, and I say it on here all the time. All the time. What God gives you today, you'll have it forever. What Satan gives you today, he's going to take it back tomorrow. We must never forget that. Because Satan is full of lies and God is filled with truth. You get upset, you get mad, you cut people off because they're telling you the truth. But you wait till you get that bill for rejection. Because rejecting the truth is no joke. It's a price to it. It's a price to it. Sit down, weigh things out, look for the truth in things. Because when you reject those who try to tell you the truth, only because they love you, when you get that bill for rejection, because you went on the side of deception, you don't want that bill. You don't want that bill. You don't want that bill for rejection. Just because you didn't like something that somebody was trying to feed you, which was truth, knowledge, and wisdom. Because deception is trying to mimic truth, but it can't. It can't, because it's a tone to that. It's a tone, the way you communicate with truth versus the way deception communicates. So it can't mimic the truth. So that's why deception is always louder. That's why deception is always crooked and faster in trying to make moves in your life. Because it's deception. I need to hurry up and get this. I need to get this and get out the way. I need to bring in this chaos and get out the way. I need to bring in this confusion and get out the way. I need to bring in division and get out the way. I need to bring in separation and get out the way. That's deception. That is what you will find in opportunist. Opportunist, deception, both. These people will come in and tell you something, knowing that it's going to hurt you, knowing that it's going to cause division, knowing that it's going to cause separation. They know that. But deception don't care because they want what they want. But God always puts some people around you that tell you the truth. Be mindful. Be cautious. And love yourself more than you love the lies that a deceiver will tell you, because they only looking for an opportunity for themselves. It has nothing to do with you. Deception can't mimic the truth. It can never mimic the truth. All right? Y'all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Be blessed.